my fellow gamers around the world. Welcome to GFYS Gaming Australia. My name is the Aussie Rambo, and this is live streaming of the PlayStation 4 edition of City Skylines, the console edition. So this is the console edition, PlayStation 4 edition. I'm playing on a PlayStation 4 Pro and a pure 4K TV. And I can tell you right now that we are live here tonight on our channel with with a special here tonight, as well as showing you the gameplay. Now, I was going to be going live a little bit earlier than expected, but I had some huge problems tonight with my second factory area and the factories in general. With the raw materials and not be able to sell the goods problem occurring to the point where pretty much all my factories were starting to do it. Now, I knew the reasons behind it. It was because of the traffic flow and the locations I had, the train terminals, the train depot terminals, and so on and so on. Now I'll give you the reason. I'll show you the exact locations of where I had my train depots for the items to come in and out of my city, as well as my. I also taken out one of my ship cargo areas as well. So there's not as much flow of traffic in the particular area where I originally had it in. So I will be doing that in a second, but before we do go ahead and click that play button, I'm going to let my Twitter universe know that we are live, as we're GFYS Gaming Australia, and we are gaming down under. We don't only just do City Skylines, we do other games as well here on the channel: Fortnite, GTA Online, and Mortal Kombat 11. And much more. Days Gone, I did promise on the launch day, which was launched earlier today. Unfortunately, we couldn't afford to get the game, so we're going to bring you the game as soon as we can. It will be by next Friday, though, here on our channel. If we can't get the game before next Friday, it will be next Friday here on our channel. So don't despair. We will be bringing you Days Gone, a PlayStation 4 exclusive game, in the next week here at GFYS Gaming Australia. All right. So before that, let's go ahead and let my Twitter know that we are live. Got it right in my building at the moment, and I'm trying to destroy it. Okay, so I got some things that I'm going to share with you all tonight here on our channel, as well as some requests by some viewers. I'm part of a community channel on Facebook known as the City Skylines console community, and I got this dude that I actually it's known as the City Skylines console community, And if you play City Skylines on a console like I do, then this is the best community channel for you to be a part of for City Skylines if you play on a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. If you're playing on PC, then it's not recommended for you to be on this particular community. But I've had a dude called I've had a new member on here called MacWoo, MAREKW, and he shared something. He said, "Can you share your ideas on public transport? Personally, I use mostly trams, which I don't have trams at this particular time for the simple fact that I don't have the Snowfall DLC at this particular time. But that's something that I am planning on to do later on down the track in my city. But to be honest, I don't really need it at this particular time because my transport network is mint. All right, so I will read the post for you. Can you share your ideas on the public transport? Question mark. Personally, I use mostly trains for connection between two districts and trains for a long way and trains for a long way in downtown or districts with high density. I use metro or monorail. My transport takes 10% of my population. Do you 10%? Okay. Do you also find it annoying that if you have both metro and trains around your city, city crims are most likely to use metro even though trains have bigger capacity? And that was the question that I did get answered by that particular dude. And I'm looking at another city just now, and my God, that is a mega freeway. I swear to God, that is just really mint. I'm really digging that. I'm looking at a picture now of an amazing city by Derek, which is a part of the community. And my God, you got a very interesting city there, mate. I really am digging your particular city. Your city is very nice. Big ups to you, mate. Mr. Derek Tento, or Watkins, I think it is Watkins. Derek Tento Watkins, thumbs up to you, buddy. Alright, so the dude that I just mentioned, I'm going to get into the transport side of things at first. But before I go ahead and do all this area here, okay, all these factory areas had raw materials, logos, and don't worry about that, they're always complaining because they're in a factory area. But they had raw material logos and couldn't sell the goods logos. And it was not only just in that factory area, but it was also up around in my original Westlake factory estate. So the reason why I had this problem is originally I had my train. I don't know if you can see that. No, wait, that's just from that there. Originally I had my train cargo terminal just here. Okay. Originally it was just here. Or yeah, it was just here, and then I had the train go around and then back out, and then it'll go, the train line would go over this highway, and see where I got the connection coming in there, where you see the train coming out and back onto the main line, and out of my city. There's the line, as you can see. I can't build any further. Out of my city. Now the reason it used to go up and around and then up into here, and the reason why I changed this is because this area here is just way too tight and not enough space for the cars. Were just, they already are gridlocked now, but the gridlock was just completely, like, absolutely insane. Even though I had good connection to a freeway that goes all the way up and onto the so and then back into the city over here, but that wasn't that, and had the connection straight into this area quite easy, but that was not good enough for the simple fact that it couldn't connect to both this factory area, all my buildings in the city, and into United and Austin and Dock Bay and so on and so on. So what I have done, I've put a cargo area in the middle over here now, okay? So I've put a cargo area up in here, so all these trucks that go up through here can get on here, can go up in here, they can get into to Cunty, they can get into the factory area that's down here in the Salty Bay area, and they can get into the West Lake factory area with no problems, even though this is another major freeway that comes in the M7. But not only do I have the cargo area located here now, I've got the train line coming in here now and going straight down through there. This is one thing that I do need to do actually. I need to bulldoze that and bulldoze that. And fix this up for a second. Just give me a second. I'll just do some things here. Okay, so that works out better there. So, because what I've done here, this is my area that's going to link up to my cargo area. That goes to the train cargo area. Then I'm going to link it up through here. Okay, this. Okay, it's linked up now. So that links up to up through here and around, where this one links up through this way. See, that one there links up through here and bypasses all this BS and links up through here and then back out through that there. Push that a little bit more actually. Okay, so what I've done also, you would have seen in previous videos in my live streams that I had all this area here, which is very, very, very busy. But what I've done now is I've added a new tunnel system. We have the cars and everything coming up in here still, but I've added a new tunnel system where the cars can go under here. As you can see, there's a hell of a lot of them, and over into the I've changed the factory area as well to Bolo Park Factory Estate and Bolo Park. So it's Bolo Park East, and then we have the start of Mount Warrock. But going back to here, we've got this area here which is getting used, quite used. We've got stop signs for this way and this way, so the traffic can flow more easier. So that's what I've done for that area in there. Okay. So things are running smoother now because I've done some alterations. Also, I've changed this particular area just here. This particular intersection, I changed this. So if you've watched previous live streams that I've done or uploaded videos, then you would have seen a different type of intersection in here. I've completely changed that up. But you can see now I've still got the exits coming in. I've got exits going out. But I've changed that intersection there, and it's way better than what it was before. Before it was an absolute, it was red. Now it's not so bad. It's not as bad as it was. So that's not too bad. It's not as bad as it was. More of the red area is around here now. I'm actually going to move this, and I'm going to bring it down here more. Just for the simple fact that I just don't want too much traffic flow. It's way too much traffic flow. Let's check my transport network for a second. Yeah, I see I've got roads going in there. Okay. Anyway, this is my bus network. Okay. So you can see here my bus networks are pretty huge, and so I've got one particular one here, which is lighting up in in pink. You can see here that goes up through here. Goes up through here, and then you see this is all my network. So you can see that I've got an incredible network of buses, trains, trams, metro, underground metros. I got ferries. I've got international tourist cargo, international tourist harbour deports and whatnot. Incredible tunnel system, but it's not all just one. It's actually a two joint system. So you can see there I got one bus line that's 601 passengers and it's got 47 vehicles and 56 stops. Then you got 518 on another, 194 on another. You got 522 on another, 673 on another, 414 on another, 226 on another, 197 on another, 429 on another, 242 on another, 449, 130, 251, 376, and 376 on that particular one there. So a hell of a lot of people use that. This is my metro, okay? So you can see there, 584, 846, 403, 542, 254, 219, 355, 652, 454, and 556. And now the reason why if I can get it, hang on. The reason why that this particular one is only got one or two passengers is because it only goes from here and it goes to there. So that's the only reason why that is. But this area is still getting big, growing, like it's still growing. So it's not at a point where it's not growing. So there you can see in total, citizens using the different types of transport per week, and it's not too bad. Unemployment rate's 4% though, it's gone up by 1. We want the unemployment rate to be a bit high though, so that this is something that I need to do actually. I need to actually get some schools into there. Okay, so the network system I've got, I can tell you right now, like looking at this, you can see here, workers, there's the amount of children, teens, young adults, and seniors. There's 32,000 seniors in my city. Prisons, that's what I want to do. Oh, cool! I can change the look of my my chip ad. City value, taxation, population influx, employment percentage. Alright, so you can see here the different types of transport that I've got. And I'm getting this thing to hit me again. But I think that's just a temporary thing. But anyway. I don't want to get to the point where I need to have I've got a very, very good transport system. I'm gonna add another one in here. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna show you how I do things. So that's just a little tiny one there. I'm just going to put that one in there. And as soon as I get the details on it. So as you can see, we only need 2 vehicles for that particular one. This one I'm going to drop the amount of vehicles. I'm going to put 32 instead. This one I'm going to put 35. So I'm going to put down to 10. So yeah, I'm in a situation now where my city is really growing really hard. So you can see here this particular this is the region that we've been concentrating the most on this week, and growing the Thatcher area even more, but I've had a lot of problems with the Thatcher area this week, and sort of understanding why more now than what I was before. Surfing running very nicely indeed once again in my city. It's this problem again. 8 naggers. I reckon it would have been better maybe having it on this side. that's the wrong bloody train thing, isn't it? Okay, so we continue to improve in our city. So we've moved the train hub
over to this side because it's a one-way street. We had it on this side. There's a bit too much traffic jams going. So yeah, that's flowing better than what it was before. So that's taken care of. We've got the other train up here. Ooh, this is sort of... This is not flowing. Okay, so to answer the question of the earlier today, this is my transport system. So I got 59 on this bus route, 59 stops, 685 passengers, and then 52 on this particular route, 457. And you can see there I got a hell of a lot of passengers. I only got 9 stops on this particular one over in here. As you can see, I come up through there, go up through there. Come back through there. Oh, that's actually not one of them. This one here, sorry. Where is it? Oh, here it is here. Oh, no, that's not it. Where is it? Maybe if I change the color of it, it'll come up more. Oh, here it is here. Okay, so you can see here that I've got a 9-stop bus route, a really small one, 35 passengers, and it goes up through here. So you can see that it's very small, but I still get 35 passengers using that. And the reason is because this particular area has these a hell of a lot of offices, and there's high density in space for high-rise apartments, and there's also some commercial, and there's a train line for connection as well. So train line connection as well as underground metro, I do believe. I'm not sure if there's an underground metro system here. No, there's not, but nonetheless, we've got a train line that's got a train line connection here, which has 159 at that particular stop. So it does come in handy to have a good connection. I'm going to show you the area where I very first started building. Okay, so if you're watching the dude that on Facebook that I'm answering your questions here tonight, hopefully giving you the right answers. This is my first area that I actually started off in. Okay, this is Holson. This is my first area. This particular road here that I had originally was just a highway here that I had normal, but I had the connections where there was normal road, the bypasses underneath weren't there. I had this normal, it wasn't a motorway or freeway, whatever, expressway, whatever you want to call it. I call it a motorway. I didn't have this motorway like it is now in place. Also, the factory area was not like it is now. It is exactly like it is now, but not as good as it was. This area here had one-lane roads, bumper-to-bumper traffic, really bad connection to the area, and was complaints. Bad connection from the outside, onto the freeway was one of the problems. And since I changed this whole entire factory area and the freeway and this road itself, and turned it into a expressway, freeway, motorway, whatever you could call it. I call it a motorway. I've had incredible success with the traffic flow being really successful. Like I'll show now. You can see there the traffic flow. Obviously, there's bad. Obviously, I can't fix that. I wish I could. Traffic flow. Particular area is bad, but I'm gonna see actually why that is the case. So I put a stop sign there. See if that improves things. I don't want to put a set of traffic lights in there anyway, but anyway, as you can see, traffic flow along here is quite really look, won't come up with the word. It's pretty good. It's not too bad. It's a typical motorway. It's going to have its faults. It's going to be traffic, obviously, but it's flowing. It's flowing. It doesn't have to be. It's red, but it's flowing. As you can see, this area here is not so bad as well, but you can see that that's flowing as well. I put a stop sign in there, and then it can flow that more smoother. Okay, so getting back to the train lines now. So buses are really good. You can see that there's now 44 passengers, so it is increasing. So really good flowing bus service, a really good flowing metro service. There you can see one of them marked out there. I've got an airport in the middle of the city as well, which works out quite well as well. So you can see there a very high in density train line that goes through here on the Flash. Goes through Fookney, in through the Cunny. Sorry, I was laughing, but up through there, up through there. It goes through underneath here, through over on this side. Up to a city that I haven't named yet, but we'll name soon. Still haven't named all my cities, and it goes up through here and then links back up to the Western States. So that's one of the particular, that is actually one of the most successful train routes of them all. It's 803 passengers, and got others with some NIF in it as well. And then you've got the train lines. These ones are not too bad, are not that good at this particular time because they only got a few stops, and they're not major lines at this particular time. So yeah, train lines not really used too much, but it does get passengers. And then I got the ferry line. 56 passengers use the ferry. Then you got the monorail system. A hell of a lot of people use the monorail system. So the monorail system is really, really cool actually. I'm going to show you the monorail system. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a trip on the monorail. And we're going to start from just here. So what we're going to do, we're going to start from this monorail train station just here. Actually, yeah, we'll start from here, and let's follow this. So the good thing about this monorail system here is that this particular station just here links up with a bus depot, like a bus station over there, and the train station. So it links up to all different types of transport to have the city flowing. Now we're going to be going over the motorway, over the M7 motorway, and into the CBD area, the CBD of Westlake. So this is my CBD. And this will be going into another station here. I do apologise for the does that because it's bouncing in between the buildings. So coming into the CBD major station now, next to my tower just there. CBD wasn't established right away in my city. If you check out the previous videos, as we go through the forest area now of the CBD, it's like the entertainment area down through here. I had problems with this area at first as well, but it did eventually establish itself, and just have to keep like balancing between things, and eventually those problems will go away and they'll start flowing. So just bear in mind not to panic and just think, and then if you put your thinking cap on, you will eventually get problems solved. You just got to really think of how to solve things. And I would have really loved to have had the live stream going earlier when I solved the problem with the raw materials and not selling the goods properly out of the factories, because all the factories just started going haywire with them not letting me sell stuff. So we keep going in between all the buildings here. So we'll go in a different view. As we come into another train station, a motorway station now. So this is a very, very popular choice of transport because I've got it so huge. And if you'll see in my previous videos, probably around about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I actually did this same journey with the monorail. The monorail system was completely different because my city wasn't built, wasn't as built as it is now. So I've rebuilt the monorail system, like extended the monorail system. Like I did explain in the video, I was eventually going to extend the monorail system, which I have done. Now, so this is pretty much part 2 of the monorail journey. And as you can see, they're a very popular bus stop. Everyone's like, hey, what the fuck are the buses there? Get the, hey, fucking, it's like a riot down there. As it goes over the top there, and over the M7 motorway once again. So under the motor rail, under the M7 this time, and this goes into a city where before I did this video, this area was dead. There was absolutely nothing here, absolute nothing. But now it's established. As we go over the water, into another train station, monorail station. Unfortunately, the monorails, when you can have them laid on the road, don't have 3-lane roads, which is I really would love to see part 2 of the mass transit added to the game, where we can actually have that option, or maybe an option later on the consoles. I know it probably would be a mod on PC, or if there is a mod like that on PC, I'm not too sure. But if it isn't, then I would like to see it added to as a mod for maybe the PC version. I can't play the PC version. I don't have a high enough PC. I used to play it on PC because I used to have a PC that could handle it up to a certain amount, and then I had so many mods and it just ended up crashing. So I don't have that PC anymore anyway. But I had an amazing city going on there as well. It was that good. I even had I built myself a massive shopping centre, actual Westfield shopping centre it was. I got this particular American dude, I was going to say Yankee, American. As you can see, this area is not established yet. It will be established soon. So we're going into the areas now where we're not established at this particular time, but will be established later on. As you can see, there's a train line there as well, so that's another link to this particular system. As in, my train lines I like to keep underground, so I can have more room up top to actually flow things. With monorails, you can't actually have them underground. So you can see there's a train line. You can see there the monorail system just there as well. We do eventually come back to that monorail system, as this was the area originally where I had around in a loop, and it would go around and then back up through there. But this is now the continuation of the monorail system, how I've extended it. So that's a big hub there with monorail train. As you can see there, I haven't linked the train system much further at this particular time. I have still got plans up my sleeve for the areas you see here that are completely not done yet. As you can see, I've got some roads established for later on. So all this area in here and up in here will be established later on. I've got a windmill now just to power this. So later on I'll get rid of the windmill. As you look back to my amazing city, we're now coming back into a city that I am still building. As you can see, there's a lot of space still. So this is still in development. As you can see, another building over there getting built actually. And there's a train station, so you can see there once again another reason why it's good to have connections close by to other connections of transport. So you can rotate. I find if you have all forms of transport connected to each other, it makes your city flow. And with the bus routes, don't just have bus routes that go short, have long ones as well. I do recommend that. But trying to keep your bus stops not so close from intersections and stuff, have them further down so it doesn't cause traffic jams. Also have roads with the bus lane, also helps. So the buses use the bus lane and it keeps the other traffic flowing. That's something that I'm going to actually start working on, and I'm going to do it in certain areas that I can get away with it, but not all areas you can, because especially in some of these factory areas. As we're coming into a very important monorail stop here, because this is a connection so you can get people into the working area, the factories and stuff. We're going to go up into an area which is going to be developing again later on, as we go up really high into the air. I'm at the borderline of my city here as well. You can see there on the other side there's a fair few people waiting, so it actually is establishing itself in that area. And now we're going to go out of the area now of where we've been developing, and you see there the train line. Train line actually comes up through the back here. It's in a tunnel system here underneath, just on the other side there. But you'll see further down here, you'll see the train stops as well as some monorail stops. So you can see no one uses this one because it's obviously not established at this particular time, this area. So there you see the train stop just there, and then you see a monorail stop on the opposite side of it. So once again, another example of connection. Go the road here and into another station.
So yeah, it's up to you out there how to do your cities. I'm not telling you how to do your transport system, but it is recommended, you know, like in my eyes, to have a really good transport system where you can have trams and trams will come in later on, but in my eyes, you don't really need trams to flow the city more. Monorails are a huge help, and buses, trains, metro. It's good to have them close by to each other so you can have different transports connect to each other, make your city flow. Obviously you can see there that I can't go any further because that's the borderline just here as well. So we're on the edges of the city, like of the 9 tiles I can obviously use on the console. Unfortunately, we can only use 9 tiles. We don't have a mod or anything to make more room. I hope that the console versions later on we can get more space, so we can actually make our cities even more. That would be awesome. Going up to the mountains now, and we haven't got a name for the mountains area at this particular time. But the reason why we got that area looking like that is because I've edited all this area here and I've pushed it so we can actually establish this area up in the rating. Train line looks like a roller coaster, and speaking of roller coasters, this looks like one now. Ah! Joking. What a view. And speaking of the train hubs, there's the train hub that I was explaining about earlier. Motorway, the M2 motorway just there. So we're coming back in to the old part of the monorail system before I put the extensions in. So that all that part there we've seen was the extension part. And yes, dogs are allowed on the monorail. See there that a lot of people are waiting for the monorail to go the other way. Once again, train lines, the motorways, the roads. Coming back into the Smithfield area.
So it's a long journey. It's a long journey. Oh, we have a fire down here. As we come back into the train station where we started our journey from. There we go. So there it is, the monorail system in my city. See if we got any problems. Oh, we have somebody that's not happy about some business. Oh, I need somebody to work here. I need some educated workers. Oh, well, too bad. Oh, I'm complaining about the noise. Someone turn it down. Curry produced in the city actually is put that here for now. I don't want to get too carried away with these factories, still, because the simple fact, like even though I've established things a bit more easier now, I don't want to be flowing things too hardcore. officers don't mind actually being in areas where there's factories. Don't want to establish too many factories at this particular time, so we'll just leave that for now. Just got to make sure you keep flowing with certain things. Frozen bloody. Okay. So back in here now. We're going to save that once again. Because we don't want too many, I don't want too many of these particular ones, just at this particular time, I just gotta... Just gonna leave you there for a second as I need to use the restroom. We'll be back with I'll be back with some more commentary of City Skylines as we continue our journey of Westlake here at GFYS Gaming Australia. You're here live on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to us now.
All these, always these little tiny ones. They're always bitching. I wish there was a thing where we can actually, like, not pollute the water as hard. Poultry batteries getting built now. And because we haven't got the day-night cycle on, that's why it's not nighttime. You're not seeing nighttime. We haven't got that system on, so we can actually concentrate on building and showing you the city. Ooh, fire. The fire is out.
pretty well. So this area up in here is one of the last areas to be built. Teenagers are burned the house down again. Okay, we're getting this problem again. This is why I didn't want to put so many of these factories in. So slowly and steadily getting the process back up and running. As you can see, I was low on workers that weren't educated enough to go into jobs over in around here, but I've put some houses in because they're farms, they don't produce pollution. I can actually put houses up in there, so it works out alright. So pretty much done all this area now. So we'll establish all up in here next, where I'm circling around. So from this road and this road down through here, this will be the next area that will be concentrating on growing. So we'll probably split that into two areas. So this area is establishing very nicely indeed. cool piece of technology, yeah, actually. So once again establishing that area. Before we do that, actually, we're going to save it. I'm going to try and lower this. Actually looks better than what it was. I wonder if any time I wanted to. Yeah, okay. No, I'll leave it as is. It's all good. Okay. Actually looks better. Actually doing it like that. Okay, let's get back from the futuristic there. Craziness of that entry. We got one here as well. So we got that all pretty much established again now. Time to get some trees into play. Okay, we're going to end our live stream very soon here at GFYS Gaming Australia here tonight. Okay, so that sums up that. goes. manufacturing areas established again. That's something that we needed to do. This area is pretty much done. So on our next live stream, we're going to concentrate on doing this area here, which I explained before. And then as soon as this area is established, we can concentrate on this little area up in here where the freeway is, and then we can concentrate on establishing a little bit up in here. But this area first, and then we'll concentrate on the rest after.
So my name is the Aussie Rambo, and this has been GFYS Gaming Australia at YouTube. Signing off for another episode of City Skylines PlayStation 4 edition here at GFYS Gaming Australia. And we'll see you next time for more action here on our channel. Until then, it is bye-bye for now. This has been a GFYS gaming production.